Okay then, right, I'll start off with saying I don't like talking on videos because I don't like my voice. Anyway, that said, just imagine you've come across some lovely soldering and you don't like it. You want to make your guitar nice and neat, because you're looking at that, you wouldn't really trust that, would you? No. Anyway, what I do is I strip it all off and start again. And here's how I do it. If you just give me a few minutes, I'll show you. Okay? Firstly, you don't want to be soldering all that, or should I say, you don't want to put all that heat on top of your pot casing, just in case you melt something inside. There is plastic parts in there, which you don't want to melt. So, best idea is to take it off. Yeah? So, I mean, you can safely say that soldering is shit. And by the way, this, I've just done a mock-up job because I don't solder like that, sorry. Anyway, let's start by taking the back of the pot off, which is quite easy. Don't be afraid to do it because anybody can do it. You got four tabs, and all you do is you bend them back nice and steady, just like that. Like that. Nice and steady. Yeah, don't bloody cut them off, and that will get you that. Yeah, you've got your clever bit and just your cover. Yeah, put that bit to one side. That is a knackered one, by the way, so it doesn't matter about that. Now you're left with this. All I do is I just cut these bloody wires off our road of a minute. Just cut them off, just to get them out of the way, because I'll end up getting myself entangled up. So you're left with that. You want to get rid of that bloody mess. Yeah. So you can either do it this way, soldering iron. You can heat it up and melt it that way. And don't forget, it gets bloody hot. Good iron, by the way, this is. Yeah, right. You see what mess that's made, ain't it? Because it's melted plastic as well. Right. Yeah. So you've got all that mess on back of your pot. You don't really want that when you're starting again. So you can make that, not like new, but you can make it look good for when it goes back in your guitar, which you really want. So what I do now is put soldering iron away. Grab that. If you just give me a second, I'll grab it in. Grab it like that. Yeah, you've got that. Just get rid of these bits of plastic because I don't need them in my way. Now what I use, which you can use, the gas hob, if you've got a gas hob. Say you've got a bit of a flame, but I use this butane torch. Fill it up with lighter gas. It makes a bit of a flame flow at first, because I've got two and they always do that. But there you go, it's like a bit like a jet when I get it lit. Yeah, a bit like a jet. Now what you want to do, get your pot in, preferably something like that in pliers to grip it. You warm the back of your pot like that. Get your solder nice and molten and rub it on a cotton cloth. Yeah, just like that. Rub it on a cotton cloth. and I'd say that was a lot better than it was. Now once you've got to that stage, if you're happy with what it looks like, yeah, leave it at that. Turn your flame off, put that somewhere safe. Now you're left with a bit of debris. Yeah. Now I'm just going to give it a few seconds to cool down while I've got it in grips, and then I'll show you what to do next. Still bloody hot. I could run it under water, or I could dip it in my wine, which I don't really want to do because it's got flux on it. Right, it's handleable now. Right, so we're left with this, a bit of shrapnel around the edge, but don't worry about that. You can either scrape that off with a knife, or you can carry on warming it up and rubbing it like that just to get it off. But let's leave it at that, and I'll just get to clean up with some Scotch-Brite stores the stuff. Got some of this shit here. Let's try this. Admittedly, it's not brilliant, but compared to a new one, yeah, I'd say that's bloody acceptable. Like I say, with regards to the bit on the side, you can either scrape that off with the Stanley knife, or you can file it, you know, if you want to get rid of it, or you can do like before, you can heat it up and just rub it off on a nice cotton cloth, not nylon, because you'll end up with nylon stuck to your pot. Anyway, you've cleaned it off, and now you want to put it back together. So you've got your pot, just line it up right, in the right place. I've bent one of my tabs there. Just line it up, just where it's supposed to sit. Yeah. Get your pliers and just put them on like that. Just make sure it's nice, and I've put that in bloody wrong place, haven't I? You dickhead. Anyway, that bit there goes there, but you get the idea. You know, just put it on and crimp it back, and then you end up with a pot that's allegedly normal, and then you can resolder a nice solder, I should say, nice clean presentable solder patches, you know, with your leads and wherever you. But please excuse my gimpness for getting that wrong. Look at that, stupid. Yeah, so that's how I clean them, and it saves all that hassle of having like bird shit on top of your pots. It looks a lot better. You can even file it if you want. All right, guys, thank you.